The fully loaded comedy tour pulls into CFG Bank Arena tonight. Tiffany Haddish, Dave Attell, Big J Okerson, Dan Soder, Rich Voss, Tammy Pescatelli, and Mr. Bert Kreischer.
Yes.
How are you, sir?
I'm still drunk. I am still drunk.
What did you...
Dude, I have so many good stories to tell you.
Can we start with what you told me that you did on the way from New York to here?
Oh. I had sex with my wife.
On the tour bus.
In a tour bus. In a tour bus. And the woman was getting after it. She told everyone, we were at Forest Hills, we're still drinking. Everyone's up.
Right.
Shane Gillis, Jay, Big J, David Tell, everyone's still drinking.
Last night was the first night of the tour.
Kicked off at Forest Hills, one of the most insane places I've ever been. I've got to tell you about Dave Matthews. I've got to tell you about LCD Sound System.
Hold on.
Okay?
Hold on.
I've got to tell you.
Dave Matthews Band, LCD Sound System. Okay. Right now, I'd really like to hear about Leanne.
So Leanne's like, hey, let's go in. Let's go in into your bunk. And I was like, but baby, we're not going to fit. I was like, I've been living in bunks for a while. Trust me. She's like, you don't want to try? And you don't want to be like, listen, you get up at back. and then Shane Gillis goes, oh, gross. Are you guys going to go have sex? And Leanne's like, yeah. And he's like, I don't even want to go on that bus now. Like, no one has sex on the bus. It's a disgusting place.
But wait a minute. How many, is everybody on the bus?
Everyone's on the bus. Yeah, everyone's on the bus downstairs right now. They're asleep. Everyone's on the bus.
Wait, so you guys did it before you left Forest Hills?
Before we left Forest Hills.
Oh, you were rolling down the freeway.
That would not have happened. Even in Forest Hills, us getting in that bunk naked was like, do you remember when OJ tried to put his hand in the glove? And they were like, he's like, I don't know, man. What can I tell you? I didn't kill him. Allegedly, he cut their heads off. Allegedly, he cut their heads off. Did you know that? Yeah, allegedly. Dude, it was awesome. And then we came out, and everyone was just staring at us like, Danny and Sandy got back together. A-wop, bam, bam, boom. It was awesome. We took tennis lessons. Here's the thing. I don't know if I'm allowed to share this. I don't,
Wait, what do you mean you took tennis lessons? Oh, at Forest Hills. Okay.
I took tennis lessons on the grass courts. It was crazy. My wife, I had the most white privilege day you could ever have.
Okay.
I took tennis lessons on the grass court, and I ended up in the pool with Shane Gillis swimming the laps underneath the water, like a 25-meter pool, seeing if we could do it. With all the Barstool Sports kids are around. Gunny Balls is in the water. It was the craziest white privilege day I've ever had. Performed where Arthur Ashe won the U.S. Open. I mean, it was insane. So then I don't know.
Wait, what part are you not supposed to say?
The part I'm about to say right now.
Let's do it.
So there's a secret that happens. There's like a secret thing that happens, and the person that performed last at Wimbledon or at U.S. Open or wherever that Forest Hills,
right,
leaves a present for a person performing next, and they bury it in this planter.
Wait, what do you mean performing next? Like they're playing tennis? They're not stand-ups?
No. They don't do tennis there anymore.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. So whoever is performing at that arena or whatever you want to call it in Forest Hills, the last person leaves it for whoever's coming next
and leaves a video message.
Oh, that's awesome,
dude. So I get there and they tell me that, hey, someone left you a present. They left a video message, and then you need to dig it up. So I go, okay, it's Dave Matthews. Now, I'm 50 years old. Dave Matthews was our guy, all right? Okay, he was our guy.
Right.
Whatever and I know where I'm at. This is where Dave Matthews grew up.
Sure.
I saw him in 1994 at the Cow House in Tallahassee. It's a voice message. Hey, I'm bad at accents. Hey, baby, it's Dave. It's Dave Matthews. Hey, say, baby. I'm not going to assume.
By the way, you know what you're wrong about?
My accent?
Your impression is great.
Oh, yeah. Say, baby, it's David. It's David boy. He goes, I don't know if you know who I am. I'm not going to assume you do. I just want you to know I'm a big fan. We're all fans over here. And we know.
Does he know he's leaving it for you?
He knows he's leaving it for me. Now, I have I have a viral clip that went viral about saying I'll never quit drinking.
Right.
And it says, my favorite thing is when people say mimosas, bottomless mimosas, or you get on a plane and they say double Jack on the rocks, lots of rocks. That's the one that apparently.
You all right?
Yeah. Like I get on planes, and flight attendants are like, yo, we're so excited. As I sit down, double Jack on the rocks, lots of rocks. I'm like, it's 6 a.m. I mean, I don't want to show you that I have to take the cape off every now and then, but I'm kind of dying here. Look in my eyes; they're bloodshot. I'm jaundiced. Don't you see this? I'm shaking. And so he goes, so I left you something special. I go digging in the planner. It is one of 50 bottles of Jack Daniels they've made, and they made it for his saxophonist that passed away.
Right.
It was made in memoriam to him.
Are you serious?
He gives me one of, I don't know if you know who I am. I don't know if you know who I am. Are you kidding me, Dave? I've had sex to your music. Like, I saw you, I was so worked up. So then they're like, hey, I was like, that was really cool. So LCD Sound System is there next weekend.
Oh, so now you feel
weekend.
like you've got to top Dave Matthews.
Yeah, and so I'm like, well, no, I just don't realize there's probably parameters to this. So they're like, hey, can you leave it? So you put it in a bag to bury it. So I go, yeah, thanks, Dave, whatever. LCD Sound System, you guys are up next. I hope you guys like mushrooms. I left you a pound of mushrooms. Because my idiot assistant brought it on the bus. I go, we can't travel to the South with mushrooms? So they're like, what do you want to give an LCD Sound System? I go, mushrooms, baby. One's called high blood pressure. They're intense. I go, listen, there's instructions with these mushrooms, okay? Watch Apocalypto. And you don't need the subtitles with these mushrooms. You can understand ancient Aztec. So the guy's like, what's in the bag? I go, mushrooms. And he goes, hold on. We can't just be leaving drugs around here. I was like, sorry. I go, James, I hope you like mushrooms. I hope LCD Sound System doesn't hear this until they get the mushrooms. So I want to see the look on their face.
Well, by the way, I feel like I should start with, dude, how about you put a movie out?
Dude,
how about you put a movie out?
So
put a movie out.
I talked about it in therapy. Like it was the coolest thing that ever has happened in my life. The coolest top to bottom is you get when the way movies work these days is it's all about making your money back and the finances. So you can go straight to a streamer, make your money back, easy peasy, no worries.
Right. You
can roll the dice and go in theaters, which isn't great these days.
Right.
Theaters are a tough sell. And then hopefully, if you go in theaters, then maybe a streamer will pick you up.
Right.
Maybe you can go to VOD. But if you go in theaters, it's not a sure thing that you go to the streamers and everything else. And they were like, what do you want to do? And I go, you know me. I got to roll the dice.
Yeah.
You tell
Put
me.
Put it in a theater.
If Joe Rogan tells me I can't do a split, I'll blow out my quads trying to do a split. And so I go in the theaters. And so it was the coolest experience. Because of that, I got a premiere.
Right.
The premiere was sick.
Yes, I'm going to get to the premiere. Yes.
My parents are both alive. They saw my movie in theaters. My dad came out crying.
Did he really?
Crying, and he said, I underestimated you.
Oh, dude, that's nice. That's nice.
And then the next person that saw me was Leah Thompson from Back to the Future.
Howard the Duck. She's
in the movie, and she comes out and she goes, you're amazing. You're an amazing actor. And I'm like, how old? Is she getting old? Arnold Schwarzenegger tells me I got a great body, and Leah Thompson says I'm a great actor. What happened to our stars? When does dementias? Yeah, it was the coolest experience of my life that I've ever had. I got to go to movie theaters and watch people watch it. I went in and I surprised
I heard that
people.
was bad.
What?
I heard that you went to, when you went to a screening of the movie or went to one of the movies where
first of all, I went to 10 screenings. I went to 10 of them.
Right, okay, but you apparently one of the ones that you went to, maybe it was early on, that you cried so aggressively, the movie company asked you not to sit with people.
That was the very first screening of the movie. I didn't know I'd never seen myself in a movie, and so I sat up front with 2 bottles of wine with Leanne. And when the movie starts, I started sobbing, crying, and I started saying my lines to the screen, and I would go, "Oh, this is good, this is good, this is good." Bert! And then the next screening, they're like, hey, man, can we ask you to not sit in the front row? I was like, why? And they're like, you really affect the way everyone else watches a movie. And I was like, what do you mean? And they're like, it's like you're watching the greatest movie you've ever seen, and so no one can really give notes because they're like, man, this guy really loved this movie. So when we went to go to jump into movie theaters, I just went and sat in the front row, and everyone's like, who's this guy from Cape Fear loving this movie? Yeah, this is good. But the best is the movie would end, and I'd stand up in the front row and go, best movie I ever saw. Rip my shirt off, and everyone's like, who? And then they'd be like, wait, movie? You're not supposed to go to your own movie. I did it everywhere. I did it in Tampa. I did it in Austin. I did it in L.A. I spent a night in a Sprinter van getting blackout drunk, going from movie theater to movie theater, and then just being going like, hey, you're walking into the wrong theater. Go to this one. And they're like, and people are like, what's that one? I go, it's The Machine. It's totally different than Little Mermaid. All white people. All white people. Come on in. The Machine will never be black. Let's go.
How was the premiere? The premiere, the pictures and everything I saw looked great.
So, I'm hoping no one will ever hear this. So they set it up. They set up the premiere, and they're like, we want to do this, this, and this, and then ideally, we want to turn it into a party. And so then they come back with their party up. So they're like, we're gonna have a bounce house and a ball pit, and I'm like, and it's like, what do you think? He's special needs? It's Bert. We need shots. We need food trucks. What are you doing? A ball pit? Do you realize what Bert's going to look like in a ball pit? I got balls. There's a window you can lick. And like, so they're like, well, what do you want? And then Leanne said, what do you want? I'll get it for you. I said, axe throwing. And she goes, you can't do axe throwing on a red carpet. There's celebrities have bodyguards. You can't give everyone weapons. So we had axe throwing. We had shots next to axe throwing. We had a DJ. We had food trucks. We had a flip cup. We had everything. It was. We took over the whole street in Westwood.
Right.
And it was like, without a doubt, one of the coolest experiences. I worked the whole time, so I had to go do press throughout it.
Right.
But the coolest experience I've ever had. My daughters were there. My parents were there. It was just and like every comedian that I've ever cared about.
I was just going to say, like, comedy wise, was there anybody that surprised you when they showed up?
Pauly Shore.
Really?
Yeah, I was like, who invited Pauly? Well, I mean, I know that I would.
Are you going to die?
No.
You need to clear your throat.
I almost drowned last night. Trying to prove to everyone that I could swim the length of the pool. Right. And I sucked water in.
No kidding.
I swear to God. My body involuntarily breathed underwater, and I sucked water in. And I was like, this is how you shallow water black out. I was like, bad. It was really bad. And so, but I was like, I can't let Shane Gillis beat me in a swimming contest. I'm from Florida.
If I have to swallow the whole pool,
I said I will die in the pool at Forest Hills, like a Kennedy just got done with me. Allegedly.
But okay, so other than Pauly Shore.
I mean, just because I know I would want him there, and he was there. And I was like, my wife was good.
So Leanne
took care of
did everything.
She took over my company, my Birdie Boy production. She took over it, and she was like, you're not going to like some of the decisions I'm going to make, but I'm going to make them.
Right.
And just trust me. First thing she did was fire my bus driver.
Oh, no!
You fired the one black person in the company? What's wrong with you? He's got secrets about me.
No, but you said that guy was awesome.
He's the best. He pulled a gun on me, and I still kept him. He was the best. Man, the day I fell in love with this guy, we were in the car, and he was like, and this girl snuck on the bus to try to have sex with me.
Right.
And Ron, that's what I'm telling your kids. Ron's my bus driver, right? From Compton, 50 years old. Blood pressure, 170 over 120. Didn't know it. I saved his life. I got him a cardiologist. Swear to God, right? Me and this guy had a connection. During COVID, I let him lick me on the face. Now, that's tight. I call it reparations. We're in the bus. Girl sneaks on the bus to have sex with me, and then we find her, and she's hot. By the way, she's hot.
Right.
I mean, she's hot.
Not as hot as the girl you had sex with last night.
Oh, my God, so much hotter. So much hotter than that chick last night, that old lady, that gargoyle. Hey, and so much hotter. And by the way, this is when I had a star coach, so I had a bed in the back. Come on, baby. So I kick her off, and she said, she's literally like, by the way, we've already left the venue. We're driving.
Right.
We're kicking off at a rest area. Yeah, she snuck on the bus and is there, and all of a sudden walks out back. She's like, just let me know when you're ready. And we're like, huh? And I was like, who can keep a secret in here? How good are you guys with secrets? So I said, you got to get off. I'm so sorry. And I'm sorry that we're leaving you here, but I don't know what to do. And I'm married, and this isn't who I am. And Ron's just like this. Like just jaw open. She gets off, and he's just staring at me. And he goes, can I tell you why you're a man of good fortune? And I said, why's that? And he goes, because you just said no to that. And I said, yeah, Ron. And he goes, no, that's tough. I said, it's not that tough, Ron. I said, that comes with a lot of complications. He goes, no. This job messed up my first marriage. I go, you're just a bus driver. And he goes, you'd be shocked what a chick will do for a Nelly headband. And I went, all right, I just fell in love with this guy. He had so many dingers. He would so many things he would say that would just crush. I mean, crush. Hey, Ron, what do you think about Michael Jackson? Now, he's homosexual. And you're like, huh? He's homosexual. He's been in love with Johnny Cash or Johnny Paycheck, whatever. And I'm like, huh? You could just sit in the jump seat and listen to him talk, and he would just ramble. And then you get stories about his real life. I loved him, and then let him go. Well, she goes, he's a little bit of a liability. I was like, huh? I mean, he would say wild stuff that you're not allowed to say, that you're really not allowed to say.
Right.
And I love it. I love it more than anything. I would be like, I can't believe people still talk like this. He was the best, man. And yeah, he was the best. She fired him, and then she went through and fired a couple other people. All really great people, in my opinion. I try to sound like Donald Trump. All really great people. She was part of the reasons we gave the mushrooms to LCD sound system. She's like, those are getting off the bus right now. I was like, huh, baby. We're seeing a goose next week. We got to bring mushrooms. She goes, yeah, you're not doing drugs. She can be a little of a drip sometimes, but man, she knows how to work her way in a bunk. I'm telling you. I still have my sunglasses on.
Yes, you do.
Oh, this is a different show. This is a new studio.
No kidding.
I told Diane, I said, I really like what you did in the new studio. It's almost like my wife got too much filler. And you're like, whoa, you look like Amy Schumer now. What happened?
Anyway, can I get back to the machine for a second?
Yes, please.
I saw the movie. The movie's great. Love the movie.
Thank you.
Well, I didn't want to talk while you were drinking. The movie's great. I saw the clips and everything from the premiere. That looks great. The part that I wish I could be a part of, though, and the 3 months in Serbia making the movie.
Bro.
Making the movie. That's where the fun is.
That was the funnest. It was like summer camp. It was the funnest time of my entire life. I know you were living in a country that they don't understand racism. So like they'd be like, I remember they were talking about Albanians. And they were just saying horrible things about Albanians. And I go, hey. What are you guys doing? I was like, you can't talk like that. And they were like, why not? And I was like, what if there's an Albanian on set? And they heard you say like that. And they go, oh, they know better than to say something. And you were like, wow. And then I started talking trash about Albanians. I put them in my last special. I did. I got so into talking trash about Albanians. I was like, my dad says to my daughters, you guys getting kidnapped you getting sold to the Albanians in the morning. I never even met an Albanian. I never said Dua Lipa's not Dua Lipa? Dua Lipa? Lupa Fiasco? I don't know. Whatever.
Dua Lipa's Albanian.
Dua Lipa's Albanian. Yeah. She's the only one that gets a pass in Serbia. I swear to God. Yeah, they're like, Dua Lipa's different than them. Dua Lipa knows she don't like Serbians. I guarantee you, if you go to a Dua Lipa concert, just be like, hey man, when was the last time you were in Serbia? And she go, and throw a cattail at you or something. Yeah, Serbia was a blast. It was a blast.
Who was because I know that you posted some stuff of like you would have like a set party or something like that.
I found out that I found out $500. Okay, this is how it started. I found out $100 goes a very long way at McDonald's.
Right.
Right? That was the first thing. I was like, whoa, this is a lot more Big Macs than we normally get. And then I was like, I wonder what $500 gets you in booze. And then I was like, whew, okay. And then when I said, I wonder what $5,000 gets you.
Right.
I'll tell you what it gets you. A private chef, a sommelier, and a DJ.
Right.
In your house. Dude, I splashed money. I would blow them away. I mean, I honestly, I'm not even joking. There was one girl that everyone said wanted to have sex with me, and I go, no, it's just because she's never seen an American spend money like that. I was like, I'd give her $1,000 and go, just surprise me. And it was the funnest time. It was the funnest time. I remember we went to a club one night where I told them one of the great experiences. They put us in the top. They gave us fireworks.
In a club?
In a club, fireworks. They gave us fake cash to throw at people. You could smoke cigars. They were sending us wine like crazy. And then this guy dressed up as the Joker came and invaded us. And you could jump off from the second. There were no rules. There's no rules. It's socialism. You could jump off the second floor to the first floor
and just go.
Jimmy Tatro's literally going, this is the best night of my life. It was the fun. Serbia was so much fun. I would shoot all my movies in Serbia.
How close did you get to buying the house that you stayed in?
Oh, I would have bought it in a heartbeat. It was like, they're like, this is where the millionaires live. And I was like, easy. Hold on. You talking about Serbian millionaires or like real ones? So I'm a real one. This house is $300,000. I was like, I'll take 5. Are you kidding me? Google me, baby.
Hey, did you figure out who was the violinist who lived down the street?
I have no idea. That house is real, legit.
Oh, really?
Drug dealer and I live next to each other. Like the biggest mobster. He was cool. He was really cool. Cool dogs. And then, yeah, you're not supposed to talk to him. And I was like, read my bio, baby. That's what I do. Knock, knock. Здравствуйте. Меня зовут Bert. Очень приятно. Yeah, but it was that house, a 4-story house. It was overlooking.
It was beautiful.
It was overlooking the city I was in.
Okay, I don't know why you're looking for
Interpol. I don't know. And it was the best house, and it was so awesome. My cousin's so stupid. He goes, interesting that the clothes here dry cold. And I go, yeah, that's kind of crazy. And then Leanne came over to visit, and she goes, idiots, they're still wet. They don't have, like, good dryers in Europe. They don't have, like, it's all, like we got legit. You don't realize how different our life is. Did I ever tell you what happened with my beard?
Wait, in Serbia?
And so halfway through the movie, if you watch my movie, The Machine, in theaters, I think still today.
Yeah.
If not,
you missed out.
It'll be on the place you want it to be in like a week, okay? So shut up online. I know.
By the way, did you see what is Tyler drinking out of?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
You got your own coffee mugs?
Oh, dude. My coffee mugs. You haven't seen my garage. Dude, I got extras sitting in my garage from Serbia, still in costume, going, "Where's the machine?" You'd be shocked what you can get in Serbia. People are cheap. I was in. If you watch the movie, you'll notice halfway through my beard changes.
Right.
My beard and my hair change. Like my beard all of a sudden no longer looks like it looks.
Right.
It's like real short, and then my hair's combed to the left. And I said, "Hey, are we doing my hair different?" And she goes, "No." I said, "No, I feel like it's different." She goes, "Well, yes, I need you to look like your stuntman." And I go, "Oh, shouldn't he look like me?" She goes, "It's easier to get you to look like him." I said, "But he's not in the movie." And they go, It's easier for you to look like him." And then I just didn't say anything. And then my director's like, "Hey, what's up with your hair?" I go, "I'm supposed to look like the stuntman." He goes, "He's not in the movie. You're doing all your own stunts. We have him for this one jump in the pond scene." And then I was like, "Yeah, that is." When I walked into set, I swear to God, the costumer looked at me and she goes, "Oh, you are not the fattest man in the world. You are fat, but not the fattest man in the world. oh, I need to do adjustments to clothes. And then at the end, we do action figures. There's action figures that are coming out. So you have to
Will
do
you be
this
alive
thing.
to see it?
I don't know. We all die sometime, right? And so we have to stand and we put on our costumes. And I put on my costume and I go, hey, this is really tight. And they're like, yes, you're fat. And I went, no, like it's tighter than normal. They go, no, you're fat. You're a guy that buys $100 at McDonald's. You are fat. You've gained weight. And then I put on the shoes. I go, my shoes are tight. And they're like, yes, you're fat. I go, but I don't gain weight in my feet. Like, and then my stunt double comes in and he's swimming in his clothes. He goes, I think they gave me wrong clothes. I said, wait, you put me in his clothes? And they're like, oh, my bad. I go, no apology for telling me I'm fat. Just like, my bad. Dude, socialism will teach you. I can't do it.
Yeah, you can.
I have one story that is the funniest. It's the hardest I've ever laughed. So I'm apologizing ahead of time because I know this is a little bit of an inappropriate story.
Okay.
And by the way, stop me if I start going too far.
Okay.
Just at any point you go, let's back off this. I'm talking very privately to our stage manager. I won't say his name. He talks like this. Okay, is everybody ready? We'll be ready momentarily. English isn't his best language.
Right.
And he's talking about racism because they're talking about Albanians.
Jesus Christ.
And so I said, I almost want to bail from the story right now. I said to him, he goes, is racism bad in America? I said, well, yeah. And there's like an oversensitiveness, but it's all about learning. I said, I'll give you an example. We were at school. My wife grew up in the South, and my wife said one time, wait one cotton pick a minute. Right. Which is, and he goes, what is that? And I said, what it actually is, and if you Google it, there's a New York minute, which happens very fast, and then there's a Southern minute, which is slower. Right. However, it can be confused because
of slavery, sure.
Yes, because of slavery. And he's like, what, but why? And I said, well, because that's what the slaves did. But I go, what the theory is picking cotton is the most tedious task you could ever do. So for a minute to do that is longer than a New York minute, which happens faster. He goes, oh, interesting. So we go back to set and he goes, okay, we will be ready in one cotton picking minute. I go, oh no, Joe, I should have never told you it that much. Not a New York minute, which happens faster, but a very tedious slavery minute. One cotton picking minute. And I'm like, oh my God, what did I do? And then the director goes, who taught him, comes right to me, who taught him cotton pick a minute? And I went, it's my fault. I didn't mean it the way it's supposed to come out. That story, I've never told anyone that story because I felt so guilty. Jimmy Tatro goes, what did he just say? I go, just shut up. We didn't hear it. Our producer Kale goes, who taught him cotton picking? Everyone's looking at me. I was like, I was trying to explain to him the nuance of racism. I'm standing up for Albanians. I'm drinking another beer.
If you wanna run away with me, I know a galaxy and I can take you for a ride.
Is this Dua Lipa? Yeah. She doesn't sound Albanian.
Do you know the words?
I know. Oh, I know.
If you're feeling like you need a little bit of company, you met me at the perfect time. You want me, I want you, baby.
She's American?
She's Albanian.
No, and British. She has no accent.
Here it goes.
So hard to get off these days. I think the headset's got to come off first.
Have you lost weight?
Baby. What?
Have you lost weight?
Yeah, that's what I'll take. No, I'm on steroids. I'm jacked, bro. Look at this. D, feel this hard. Feel it.
Oh my God.
Hard as a rock.
It is.
Leanne shot me up with testosterone before we had sex last night. I swear to God.
Why are you taking steroids?
Because I'm a bro. Because I still party. I mean, I wake up with erections all the time. I'm not even joking. On airplanes, it's like Porky's. I wake up jacked. I need shit. And this Dua Lipa isn't helping. This is good for an Albanian. I love it. That means nothing to us. Like, I know there's Albanians laughing, going, yeah! In Serbia, they'd be like, this guy's got good points.
You're unbelievable. By telling me more about mine, I'm always so concerned with the way you say you always have stuff to think of us. Being what is more than I ever known. But this time I realize I'm gonna shoot through and leave you. The things you say, your blood runs just to give you away. The things you say, you're unbelievable.
We definitely can't talk about that on air.
No, I wasn't going to ask.
By the way, there's I'm waiting for that. When I talk about that on stage, I cannot wait. I cannot wait.
I won't say what it is. How far down the road is that? And so you'd be comfortable talking about that on stage?
Just get out of college.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair. Bert Kreischer's Fully Loaded Comedy Tour will be at CFG Bank Arena tonight. So everybody that's on the bill tonight: Tiffany Haddish, Dave Attell, Big J Okerson, Dan Soder, Rich Voss, Tammy Pescatelli. How are you choosing who's on the bills?
Well, first of all,
There's like a whole stable of people.
I have 26 comics, and so a lot of it is their routing. Like if they're not here for a while, or if they don't play here, I bring them in.
Right.
You know, it's funny. Someone goes, your lineup is so progressive. So many women, people of color. I go, I have no I got Tiffany's. I think Tiffany's awesome. Leanne and Tiffany's grandmother used to wait tables together at Lowry's Steakhouse.
Shut up. Are you serious?
Yeah. So
wait, Leanne and Tiffany's
grandmother, Miss Alice, used to wait tables at. So Leanne's known of Tiffany since Tiffany was like 13.
Wow.
So like. Tiffany's a friend. The girls love her. Dave Attell's my favorite comic in the world.
Dave Attell's great.
Dave Attell is my favorite. I say this to anyone listening. You can get. I'm sure the ticket prices. I'm sure because arenas you can find a cheap ticket. It's just the way it works.
Right.
If you want to see the greatest comic that's ever done comedy, right now, tonight, go to fullyloadedfestival.com, get a ticket in the cheap seats. And just wait for Dave Attell. He goes on right before me, and he is.
Attell's great.
He's the greatest comic. Big J Okerson is murdering. It's just a lot of it is the people I want to hang out with and party with. A lot of it is people that like to do stuff, and then just people I find funny. I think Tammy Pescatelli's, candidly, I think she's overlooked in this business. I think she's a gangster on stage.
Is that because of Voss?
No. No, Voss is great too. Voss is
very funny.
He's a murderer. Like these are all just murderers. I got Bruce playing at the Gorge. Bruce, so nice. I had to say it twice. Bruce, dude, you're talking about Bruce. Like anyone right now in Chocolate City knows Bruce is a gangster. He is the best, dude. Big diamond earrings, dude. I'm so excited. I got people I never thought I'd get for this tour, and so we just sprinkle them out wherever they don't normally play.
No, I think it's great. I think it's awesome. You know the one that I want to go to? So I was looking at the tour and where it's going, and it sucks I can't go because it's during the week. Vegas.
Oh, yeah. It is during the week.
Yeah, that sucks. On a Wednesday.
No, yeah.
Because I'd be like, on the weekend.
Who picked Vegas on a Wednesday?
Leanne.
Yeah, and everyone's like, oh, yeah, it's going to be great. Marky Mark's showing up. And I was like, but it's Wednesday. Can I tell you what I'm doing? I'm being dead serious. I'll call in. Because what I'm doing is I'm reaching out.
Wait, the Wednesday, that Thursday?
That Wednesday is Vegas.
Yes.
What I am doing, and I will call in Tuesday to you.
Okay.
I'm reaching out to airlines, and I'm trying to get them to give me low ticket prices.
Call in sick to work day.
Genius.
Genius.
We're working with airlines right now, so I can call in and go, yo, we got $89 tickets to Vegas.
Genius.
We got $65 rooms. Let's do it. Call us sick to work. and they're like, well, can you? I'm going to Vegas early,
right?
And we're gonna do like a pool party the day before. And I go, I'm gonna plan a fun. Just get on a plane Tuesday night, get to Vegas early in the morning. Hell, leave Wednesday morning and fly back Thursday morning. Show up late to work. Like it's
that's smart.
Yeah,
that's
because
smart.
Vegas is a fun.
Are you out of control in Vegas?
I'm out of control right now. I'm in Silver City. Where am I right now?
Rockville.
Same place. Where was I thinking? Silver Springs?
Silver Spring.
I am out of control right now. I have a corporate business meeting to attend at some point today, like at noon.
What corporate business meeting?
I've turned into such a corporate drip.
Wait, is this for the next movie you want to do?
No.
What's the movie you're going to do with Segura?
Fat Astronauts. Secret time we start shooting in January.
Was not expecting an answer to that.
Yeah, and by the way, I'm going to get in trouble for it. Yeah. Fat Astronauts, the script came in. It's amazing.
Is it really?
Yeah. I have two other projects.
But that's not out there yet.
No.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It is now.
No. Sorry, guys. Hey, you remember when you said you wanted me to be in charge of marketing? This is how it works.
Wait, so are you going to shoot it back in Serbia?
No, in Australia. I'm not supposed to talk about it.
Why are you shooting it in Australia?
Shut up! I can't talk about it. Because I don't want him to be near his family.
Oh, that's right, because his wife gets mad if he's away for a long time.
His family acts like he's going to die one day. Shut up. Just give him to me for 3 months. You've had him. You get him his whole life.
Well, what was it? What's his wife's name? Christine. Yeah. Well, she got angry because he was over in Europe for 40 days.
Oh, man. That was you want to talk about a series of texts you don't want to read. Man, this is the truth. I don't know what he's telling. I don't know what he says. Look, everyone's got their own truth, okay? Ask Mark Tremonti about me being in a band with him. He's going to be like, I was only in one band. It was Creed. What about giving out spankings, Mark? So don't ever forget the little guy. I said to him, are you coming? I said in a text to him and Rogan, I got a private jet, leaving Wednesday night. I'm coming out of Austin. Do you guys want to hop on and come to my premiere?
To go to the premiere, right.
Rogan text, I can't. I have a podcast with Ari. I have a podcast with Ari. I know his family's listening. I have a podcast with Ari and Shane and Mark. I can't. We're doing shows that night. I appreciate it. Good luck on the premiere. No answer from Tom.
Right.
A text to Tom and Push. Christina, hey, I have a private jet. Do you guys want to hop on it? No answer. Another text to Tom privately. Hey, man, please don't tell me you're not coming to my premiere. No text. A call the week of my premiere. And I think, he's probably just going to still be in Europe. He's in Austin. He's been in Austin for a week.
Right.
And he's like, hey, man, I can't make it. And so then he's like, it's bad. Christina's going to be mad if I get on a plane and this and that. And I was like, okay, but it's premiere for my movie. And he was like, I know. I haven't seen the boys a lot. And I was like, yeah, but they're young. They don't remember these things anyway. Like, do you guys remember how hard your dad worked? No. Yeah. You're like, that's what dads do. Some dads go to war. I'm asking you to a movie premiere. You soft shoot cuck. And he goes, I can't. And then Leanne goes, no, that's not how this works. Her text to Tom was so aggressive.
Was it really?
How is my iPhone storage full already? I can't. My iPhone storage is full.
Oh, okay. All right.
Great. Cool. So her text was so aggressive.
Have you ever have you ever watched yourself hold a phone in a mirror?
Yeah. That's why Leanne and I are still together. The Lord said she's getting old. Take his vision. Make everything a tad bit blurry. Look at that. She's 30 still. Oh, wow. You're beautiful. I got reading glasses, gave her a kiss, and realized I haven't seen this chick in high def in 10 years. Stepped on those glasses, saved my marriage. Let me tell you something. If you're married to a 50-year-old woman, every morning you go stand right chest to chest with her, you lean over, and you give her a kiss. Make her look up and give you a kiss. Because when they look up, their skin tightens. And then you grab her by the ears and you pull back and you go, there she is. I thought we lost her. this is the girl I married. And then you pull forward. And you're like, don't leave your suitcase in the hallway. And then pull back. Who wants to have sex in a bunk?
Now, I will tell you right now, the hardest I've laughed probably in the last 3 weeks, your podcast with Sarah Silverman, which was great, which was fantastic. I love the part where you're like, 17 years ago, all I wanted to do was rush up to you and tell you I waxed my butthole. Yeah. Not even that. There's one quick line in there where Sarah Silverman is saying something. She goes, well, you know what, Bert, I think we're the same age. And you go, yeah, oh, okay. And she goes, I'm 52. You don't miss a beat. And you go, no, that's my wife's age. I'm 50.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You're in menopause. Yeah. You sweat while you sleep. No, I'm different. I'm very different. I know you're kind. You're a White Walker.
That's my wife's name.
Yeah.
White Walker.
You're a White Walker. No seeds in there. Sarah Silverman still looks amazing.
She looked great.
She looks amazing. And you know what I love about Sarah is that, like, she came in with, like, a cap on and, like, sat down and literally was like, do I look bad? And she did. Like, her hair is a mess. But I go, no, you just look like Sarah. You still look beautiful.
She looks great.
And then the second the camera turns on, it's almost like her hair went into place, and then everything. And I was like, how did you do that? She came in like a hot mess, like her like a little like beanie on, and it was like total Sarah, right? And then rips it off, hair's everywhere. She goes, do I look bad? And you're not going to say anything. I'm like, no, you look great. And then the second camera goes on, her hair goes into place. She's hilarious. Dude, her last special, or the one she did for Love or something, is so good.
Is it really? I haven't seen it.
It's so good. She is, I got to be honest with you, when people talk goats, she's one of my goats.
Is she really?
She's so funny. She's always been so funny. If you're listening right now, Google Sarah Silverman squirrels.
Squirrels?
She has a line I think of all the time, because we just put our dog down.
So
we've killed a couple now.
Oh, okay, never mind.
Yeah. There's this. It's a line for anyone that has their dogs passed. You'll maybe never forget this line. She goes, I used to talk to my dog all the time, and then we put her down, and so I don't really talk to her anymore, which is crazy. Which would be crazy if I did talk to her. She goes, but is it any more crazy to talk to her now that she's in a box full of ashes than when she was alive? She wasn't talking back. It's just such a funny thing is that we do talk to our dogs, and then we kill them. We don't talk to them anymore, but they didn't hear us. It's the fun. Like, I think about that so much because we've got both our dogs, and I go, why don't I just go talk to them the way, hey, what's up, Pris? She has a bit about squirrels. You have to Google. She's so good, man.
Okay, let me get back to, where was I? Oh, so you and Segura are doing Fat Astronauts. You're going to do it in Australia.
In January.
In January, right. That takes place. All right, that's all I got on that.
Okay, good.
Fully loaded. So, but the whole family's out on the road with you.
Georgia just flew in today.
Right.
To Dulles. She's heading out to the venue. Isla's on tour. She's useless. She goes, yesterday, we're in the middle of But
were they with you last? Well, I know you said Georgia flies in today. Where was Isla while you and Leanne were getting after it?
Isla was at some Girl Scout thing. Oh. Yeah. And then that went sideways. I'll tell you that off air. Anyway, yeah. You understand what she was doing? You know the girls that sell cookies, and she was selling them. So we right now, if Isla was listening, Isla would be like, Dad! And then Leanne's like, what's he talking about? And I was like, nothing. We'll get into the weeds on this later. And so last year was just Georgia, and then this year it's Isla and Georgia and her friend Daisy, Georgia's friend Daisy. And then we are on the road for 5 weeks. And like that, when it's funny because they listen to the clip that I live life at. Right. So like my life's a little faster than theirs. Yesterday, in the middle of the heat of production, I just went to her bunk and went to sleep. I was like, yo, white privilege. Everyone's working out here. She's like, I'm getting a migraine. And I go, oh, are you? Go ask that grip over there if he's getting a migraine. That's why he's on oxys. He's addicted to oxys. We're all getting migraines, Isla. Dad, I need to sleep. Oh, I bet you do. Is following the mascot around hard? And so she... Last year was just me and Georgia, and this year it's all of us. And so then Isla's like, she's going to go look at colleges. And so we're like, Monday, we leave from New Hampshire to go look at some colleges. And then this is the cool thing is like it's happened ever since. I don't know what happened, but there's been a change in my career where like people will say like, yo, this band's playing here. Do you want to go see them? And then I have the time and I'm like, yeah, let's go see them. So this band I'm really into is called Goose. They're in Chicago. And then I was like, hey, after we look at colleges, I'm going to fly to Chicago to go watch this band. And then I'm going to get a car service or get a jet to go back to Traverse City. And I'll meet up with you guys on thing. And Leanne's like, I want to go. I was like, cool. And then I was like, wait, can I go? I was like, yeah. And she was like, hold on. We're just going to fly to Chicago to watch a concert? And I go, yeah. And she was like, wait, are you serious? And I was like, yeah. She's like, is Georgia going? I go, no. She goes, oh, yeah, I'm in. And then she pulls me aside. She goes, can I drink? I go, wait, we're not in Serbia, Isla. No, you can't drink. She goes, will you tell Mom? I'm like, what do I look like? I just farted. Everyone should know I just farted. And it's bad. It's bad because I don't know what's inside me. It's not good stuff. I'll tell you that. Because I'll tell you what I've been packing in is coffee and IPAs. And it's bad. You're going to smell it first. This is how COVID started. Wouldn't it be great if COVID smelled like a fart? Is COVID real? Did you guys get vaccinated?
Well, I'll tell you in a week when you coughing on me all morning.
God. This is bad. It's stuck in my pants. I tripped and I fell into my door one time. Do you ever see that video? I hit my head on my door and broke a planter. I was drunk and everyone was really concerned about me because I had a head injury and I was pretty hammered. And Isla said to me in our kitchen, and everyone was being very serious. And Isla goes, "Whoa!" And I need you guys to look at me. I'm going to say it and then I'm going to turn and look to you guys. Okay? She goes, well, I guess we learned something. I said, what's that? She goes, Dad can't drink in skinny jeans. Look how tight these jeans are. Dad can't drink in skinny jeans. Hold on. I was like, Dad can drink in skinny. I go, these aren't skinny jeans. She goes, Dad, they're skinny jeans. You need looser jeans if you're going to drink, Dad.
Which of the girls, true or false story, there was the last special, Razzle Dazzle, which, by the way, is great. Fantastic.
It's better than all my other specials. I never saw that coming. Everyone likes it so much more.
It's fantastic. It really, really, really is good. My only complaint is I want Leanne to sound more sophisticated.
Oh, really? Yeah, me too. Me too. That would be nice. Moan back. Moan back. What are you saying? You saying come on back? Moan back. Do I now? Do I now? She's a redneck. She hates it. It's so funny.
No.
She hates it. And what I didn't realize I was doing, it's like you learn everything when you do a special, right? So what I didn't realize I was doing was I was setting up a punchline for any time she spoke. Because every time I have her speak, people forgot I was making fun of her accent. So I did it one time. We did it in Syracuse. My buddy Tony, who produces all my specials, comes out to see me, and I did Leanne's voice and whatever. I forget, it's like the beginning, but I start doing her voice. And then I said, she doesn't really sound like that. And then later in the thing, I did it again, and it got a huge laugh. And he goes, her voice has to sound like that to the whole special. And Leanne's in the room. She's like, I don't want that. And he goes, no, but it's really funny. She goes, I don't sound like that. And he goes, well, you kind of do. And he goes, to like a regular person, you don't know what you sound like? You kind of do. She's like, don't do that. And I just made it worse and worse and worse.
And it gets
He's
worse.
a comedian. He's a comedian. It was like really a cool little accident because throughout the special,
It gets worse.
It gets worse. And she hates it. Hates it.
No.
Oh, I was telling the joke about her being old last night, and she walked out on stage with a beer for me. She goes,
Like,
here you go.
Unannounced.
And I go, easy, get back in your cage. What are you doing? Yo, you're a character in this. What are you doing? Everyone's there. Isla's there. Isla go, ooh, Isla got protective. She goes, I don't like when he calls you a gargoyle. I don't like that. And Leanne goes, it's a joke. She goes, no, but I don't like it. Mom, he's making fun of you. And Leanne was like, oh, have you heard him talk about you? that idiot. I have lit her up. I have created a monster in that one. If I could put that back in the cage, I would. That was a big mistake. Big mistake. You're lucky your dad never made you guys famous. Like, I made her famous for being the dumbest person alive.
But which is the I'm not giving away anything from the special. The escape room bit.
Yeah.
That at the end, which like laugh until you cry. I mean, it's
I did not see that coming. I didn't think anyone was going to like that bit.
Is the start of that bit true? That one of the girls, you were performing somewhere, and one of the girls called you, and I don't remember which one it was.
Georgia.
And you were on stage, but you were like, oh, crap, one of the girls are calling. It's your kid. You got to answer.
She's in college. If someone calls from college.
Our kids are the same age.
Yeah, our kids are the exact same age. Same grade. If your kid calls from college, you answer.
You answer the phone.
You answer the phone.
Right.
It's like, look, if your kids call, you answer, but when they're in the house, you're like, what do you need?
Right.
But when you get a call from college, you answer, and I was on stage, and I was like, oh, crap, it's my daughter. And so I answered. And I was like, hey, what's the matter? She was like, nothing. What are you doing? I was like, I'm on stage. What do you need? She's like, nothing. I'm just checking in. And I was like, oh. I was like, you know what I do for a living? Why would you call now? She goes, what are you talking about? And I said, nothing. I'm looking for a closer. She goes, have you done an escape room? I said, what do you mean? She goes, when we went to the escape room with you and Papa and Nana. And I went, no. Why? She goes, well, it's funny. And I said, I don't remember it really. She goes, remember we only wanted to go to watch Papa have a panic attack? And the audience laughed, and I went, no. She goes, remember Papa thought the guy was a serial killer, and then everyone laughed. And she goes, remember it was in that guy's house, and then everyone laughed. She goes, remember Papa threw Nana into the wall, and everyone's laughing. I go, wait, keep going. What else happened?
And this is all on speaker.
It's all on speakerphone. Right. And I go, and she goes, and she tells the whole bit up until the ending. She doesn't tell the ending. And I don't remember any of it because I had a legit panic attack. I did not enjoy that day at all. Me and my dad got into a huge fight. We went to Cheesecake Factory afterwards. It was a nightmare. And then I was like, oh, I got to tell that. And so I just kind of told it the way she said it on stage. And then there's a comedian named Russell Howard who was familiar with my work. And he said, Isla's your muse, but Georgia's your Jiminy Cricket. And I didn't understand that. So I was like, do you think I know who Jiminy Cricket is? I'm not some dude from Europe who's familiar with Jiminy Cricket. I was like, can you make it Billy? I don't know. Billy Elliot? Who is it? I don't know. So I don't even know who your prime minister is. Why are you saying Jiminy Cricket? And so then I realized, I guess Jiminy Cricket's like the voice inside your head or what, I don't know. But Georgia, I still don't know what it means. But Georgia is the one that points out material to me. She always has been, and it's what stinks when she went to college is that she was the one that would look at me sideways and go, are you sure? Are you being serious right now? And so and it's always me and Isla. Isla and I are the idiots, and Georgia's kind of the brain that's watching the two idiots, and then will pull me aside and go, you thinking about getting her a wild animal for her birthday? And I was like, it's a fox. And she was like, hold on. Dad, she's 6. Georgia was 8. And I go, yeah, baby, you can get them. She goes, you're getting Isla a wild animal. I said, yeah, well, yeah. She goes, what's Mom going to say? I go, well, I'm not running it by Mom. She goes, hold on, Dad. This is an 8-year-old talking to a 47-year-old. And a 44-year-old, and I go, but she's always been that brain. So then she wrote that whole bit for me, and then it was my closer. So the way inside baseball, the way Netflix works, the way I work it is I put my closer at 22 minutes. That's always been my closer. It's because people only watch 30 minutes of Netflix specials.
Oh, really?
And then they turn off.
Right.
So I'm very inside baseball. When I did Secret Time, my best bit was the when in doubt, spread them out, zip lining.
Right.
I put it at 24 minutes so that if you're going to only watch 30 minutes of my special,
you're going to see the closer.
You're going to see my best bit.
Right.
And then I was assuming you then watch the rest of my special. High views on Secret Time, higher than were expected, but my rate of retention was through the roof. So much so that they pulled me into a meeting and they said, what did you do? Like, what did you do? This doesn't make sense. No one watches more than 30 minutes, but they watched 97% of your special. And I said, can I tell you? So I sat in the room with 2 comedians who had Netflix specials who were complaining that no one watched their whole special. And then I watched their special, and at 24 minutes, I was bored.
Right.
And I said, I watched the end, and the end was good. So I just decided I'll do the same thing for mine. I'll put my clothes in the middle. My rate of retention for all my specials have been through the roof. What's crazy is now this stupid razzle dazzle. No one remembers the one I put at 24 minutes. Everyone's watching my whole special, and they're watching the closer, which no one watches the closer. I'm being dead serious. I can tell you the names where they watch the whole special.
Right.
Chris Rock, Dave Chappelle, and John Mulaney. Those are the only names, and mine are the only ones they watch.
Where they
the whole
watch
special.
beginning to end.
Beginning to end. And now those guys are so good that everything they do. But for me, I have to kind of work the system a little bit. I'm not those guys. By the way, just to be fair, there's other people too. I'm just saying, like, those are the 3 names where the rate of retention is through the roof.
Sure.
And so I just worked it differently, and other comedians didn't want to. And I think if you ignore the information that's in front of you, then you're out of your mind.
So what was so go to Razzle Dazzle.
Yeah.
The escape room bit. Not intended.
My closer's the raffle.
Oh.
My closers, that's the best story I have, and no one brings it up. Everyone talks about the stupid escape room. I mean, I was debating back and forth. Is it raffle or snow machine? What's the closer? Because they're both bangers. No one has mentioned this stupid raffle. And it was murdering on stage. Murdering. That's me. Nothing. I'm like, are you kidding me? Yeah, it's funny what people, so now I'm like, I don't even want to do another special because I don't know how it works anymore. I don't know how to make a special. I thought I knew how to make it. I mean, they sent my special around to comics, and they were like, yo, check out the special. This is how he did it. Because the whole thing is, we're not going to pay for an hour. That's why they started doing 30 minutes.
Yeah, right.
It's like, we're not going to pay for an hour if no one's watching the hour.
Right.
And so, but that's why I hope that I continue to do hours over there. But yeah.
Just ask Georgia. She'll figure it out for you.
We partied with a dude. This is so
It's
bad.
okay. Go ahead.
So I tell way too much, and I'm apologizing ahead of time if I tell it way too much. I get invited to go to a Lakers game.
Right.
By Robbie Praw. He runs comedy over at Netflix. He's like, hey, yo, I got the box for the Netflix box if you want to come by. That would be, hang out. And I was like, cool. So I bring Leanne. I didn't know you're supposed to bring someone cool. And so, I didn't know I was supposed to bring in a celebrity. I just thought, I'm going to bring my wife. That's what a regular person does. And I go in, and I'm hanging out with these dudes. Like, I'm not someone that goes, not that I don't care about celebrity, but it's for me, I'd much rather talk to a person.
Sure.
Than I get overwhelmed by celebrity and I get nervous and whatever. So, but I'm hanging with these dudes. I won't say their names, but
Wait, are they famous?
No, it's just 2 dudes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's 2 dudes, and we're having a great conversation. Very nice guys, and we're talking about baseball and just great. It's great when you get into a regular conversation with a regular person, and then and I'm not being arrogant or anything. I'm just being like, oh, this is cool. This one guy's very familiar with the box. He's like, what do you want to drink? And I was like, I don't know. What do you have? And he was like, I'll get you anything. I was like, do you work for Netflix? Like, wait, this is gold Jameson? I was like, are we going to get in trouble? And then Ted Sarandos shows up. Guy that owns Netflix. Walks in the box. The most regular guy you've ever met in your entire life. Like, the party's here! Like, the funnest dude. And I go, that's Ted Sarandos to Leanne. I'm like, that's Ted Sarandos. I was like, oh my God. I was like, he's my boss. Leanne, like an idiot, goes up and goes, thank you for everything we have. I'm like, what are you doing? What are you doing? Play it cool. Dave Chappelle walks in. I'm like, oh my God. Where are these 2 regular people? I go grab my 2 regular people. I'm like, you believe this? This is insane. And the one guy's totally unaffected. I go, Netflix is here. I'm Dave Chappelle. And Ted comes up and he's like, Bert, so good to see you. Such a fan. I love Razzle Dazzle. He goes, can I tell you why you're on Netflix? I go, why? And he goes, my son loves you. I go, I've been sitting next to your son the whole time. This is your son. Give him a bell or a tag. You can't just have a I had the best time with Ted and his son. I had no idea his son was with me. His son and I went into Dave Chappelle's box, and we were like, we got to get out of here. There's too many famous people. I had the best time with those guys, and they were so regular. Like, I was like, you guys are supposed to be different. You're supposed to try to get us to be pedophiles or something. Like, we need to go eat pizza and be pedophiles. They were the most regular dudes, and it was like literally in this box. It's me, Dave Chappelle, Ted Sarandos, his son Tony's friend, and Leanne. And Dave Chappelle kept calling Leanne Mrs. Kreischer, and she goes, stop it. We were so wasted. Dude, Dave Chappelle, I gotta tell you, I had a really crazy week leading up to the movie. Dave Chappelle is like Arnold Schwarzenegger. He gives you everything you want out of that moment with him.
Right.
Dude, it's selfless. It is awesome. He is larger than life, but he's so dialed into down to earth that he like looks you in the eyes. He's like he came in, when I first met him, he was like, you could tell like there was a lot going on because we were in another box. Me and Tony were in another box. Like, I think Missy Elliott's in there. I mean, who knows who's in there? It's packed. And Dave Chappelle's like, just kind of walks in and he has a drink, and then when he comes into the other box, he comes over and he's like a very, and I mean this as like a statement. I know this sounds crazy, but like just a very regular person where he comes up and he goes, dude, I didn't know that was you. I'm so sorry, man. I'm like, you're funny. Like and then he has a moment and you're like, you're not supposed to be like this. You're supposed to be weird and broken.
Right.
But he's so cool. He is so, like, and I've wanted to meet him for so long.
Oh, really?
Oh, Elliot, I made an ass of myself. I made a complete top to bottom ass of myself.
What'd you do?
Well, he said something. I don't know what you're not allowed to share or not share, but like he just was like, he was very complimentary of me.
No, that's very nice.
And he said, I really appreciate, because I've always talked kindly of Chappelle. I love Chappelle. I think he's the best comedian we have. In my opinion, he's our best comedian. And he goes, I really appreciate the kind words you say about me. I've heard them, and it means a lot. And I went, yeah. And he goes, you don't have to talk like that to me. And of course, I then dropped the guard, and I go, I'm going to tell you why I talk like that about you. And I walked him through his career. I made things so uncomfortable that he kept grabbing Leanne and go, Miss Kreischer, can you get me out of here? I was like, the first time I moved to my first day in New York, I saw him on stage. This is a true story. I saw him on stage, and he's Dave Chappelle. He's in Men in Tights. He's he's about to be the best comedian in the world, but everyone knows it, but he just hasn't done it yet. And I go up to him. I've just left Florida State. For the record, boys, I'm famous at this moment. I'm in Rolling Stone magazine. I got the wind beneath my feet. Hollywood is waiting for me to show up. And I see a young Dave Chappelle, who, by the way, is not young, he's my age. And I say to him, I pull him aside as he gets off stage. I said,
This is in New York.
This is in New York.
Right.
Day one. Hey, my name's Bert. I was in Rolling Stone magazine. I'm a comedian. I'd never done comedy at the time. You're funny. You're funny. You're good. Let me give you some advice, okay? You need to stick with this, because a guy like you, I think you can go places. And Dave Chappelle, who's a millionaire at the time, does not go, hey, man, leave me alone. He says, I really appreciate the compliment. I said, really? And he goes, yeah, man, thank you very much. You need stuff like that to keep you going. I appreciate it. And he's like, what's your name? I said, Bert. And he's like, cool, man. It's very nice to meet you. I'm Dave. And then he's like, we're going down to a drink. And I was like, oh, cool. Yeah, maybe I'll hang out with you. I'm kind of busy. I ended up, by the way, I didn't go down. I ended up partying with David Lee Roth that night. Like, I had some wind beneath me. And then I start walking him through all the things and all my experiences with him. Because Dave Chappelle's like a great white shark. Like, he swims by you and you kind of go, oh. And then I walked him through my favorite jokes of his. And Dave Chappelle was so kind. He sat through all of this ear beating and then gave me his phone number. I was like, yo, I'm doing this thing, come through. And then of course, do you think Dave Chappelle was like, yo, I'm doing this thing, come through? You don't think I went, Dave, let me tell you about me. I got a tour named Fully Loaded Festival. I love that, and I got a private jet with your name on it. Arnold Schwarzenegger's coming out to Traverse City. I am unbearable. I would never talk to me. If I saw myself walking across the room, I'd turn around and go, I have COVID. Where did my cold beer go?
Were you this bad when you met Mark Hamill for the first time?
Oh, I was worse. Are you kidding me? I was on a private jet with him. I sat down next to him and was like, Luke, we need to talk. I go, number one, were there people inside R2-D2 and C-3PO? And he's like, who is this guy? He was like, yeah, there's a person in C-3PO. I go, how do they do that? And he was like, I don't know. They put a costume on a dude? I go, did you know that dude? And he's like, yeah, I knew that. Like, I walked through. I was bad. Still bad. I'm still bad. Dude, he was at the premiere, and I was like, and you know, I mean, I can't get into the details, but I was like, Mark, I'm about to parade everyone I know to you, and you're going to take pictures with all of them. And he was like, I'm kind of, okay. I was like, all right, I'm being dead serious. I was like a grandma at Christmas. I was like, all right, Dane Cook, get in there. Mark, click. All right, next. Dad, get in there with Mark. Dad and Mom, one with Mark. Dad, Mom, my daughters. Leanne and Mark. Leanne, my mom and dad. I literally, Mark was exhausted. And I do not know what it's like to be him, but I have this idea of what it's like to be me, and so I just make him be me. I mean, I make him tell stories that he's told. Like I'm bad. I go, Mark, tell my dad about meeting Arnold Schwarzenegger, and he was like, oh, okay. I had breakfast with him one morning when he wanted to become an actor, and I gave him 2 bits of advice. I go, this is a good part, Dad. Start listening. I told him to lose the name and lose the accent. I go, it didn't work, Dad. I'm horrible with Mark. I am horrible. I'm so bad I have to check with his daughter. I go, Chelsea, let me know when it's too much. Because dude, in Serbia, I'd be like, when I met him, he just came over to the house and I had pizza. I didn't know you were coming. I would have gotten better food. He goes, I like pizza. I hit someone. I go, Mark Hamill eats pizza. Can you believe that? I thought he wanted caviar and champagne. He wants pizza. And then that day I got $100 worth of McDonald's. I had 2 Big Macs in my pocket. We were shooting a scene in the back of the.
What you just did to your stomach?
I did 2 bit my pockets.
Like his hoodie.
That would be cool if you tattooed pockets right here. And you just went like this. So I'm so jacked I can barely itch my back. Like I'm so jacked I can't get my fingers in my ears anymore. That's how muscular I am. This is the best part of the show, just so you guys know. This is the sweet spot. It's going to go south in a second because I'm just the perfect amount of drunk, and your dad's having a great time, but it's about to turn. So wait, what were we talking about?
Mark Hamill.
Big Macs in your pocket.
Big Macs in
So
your
I had
pocket.
2 Big Macs in my pocket. I did it again. I had 2 Big Macs in my pocket. And Mark says, oh, this is a secret, by the way. He goes, they had McDonald's? And I said, had McDonald's? I have McDonald's. He looks at me and he goes, what do you have? I said, I have 2 Big Macs in my pocket. He goes, Mary Lou doesn't let me eat Big Macs. I go, Mark, you want one of my Big Macs? And he goes, I would love one of your Big Macs. So I pull it out of my pocket. He goes, it's really in your pocket. I said, it's still warm. It's been in my pocket. And we ate Big Macs. And I watched this man sit crisscross applesauce in a car and work a Big Mac like he wanted a second date. He had so much fun with this Big Mac. And then he goes, did you get cheeseburgers? I go, Mark, I got cheeseburgers in my back pocket. These are hot. We had so many, and then he's the best. I'm a lot. Like we've established that, me and him. Like
right.
I can overwhelm him. He has to take me in very small bites. I can definitely overwhelm him.
Now, will he be is he going to be the guy that's always in your movies? Like when you do Fat Astronauts with Tom Segura, will he be in, I'll wait till you're done.
It's hard to kill an IPA. Feels like a kissing a shoe shine boy. The taste is just off.
Will he is he going to be like in all of your movies now?
No, I found that out the hard way that these people are done working with me. I said to Jimmy Tatro, I said, if we do a sequel, it'd be cool if young Bert, and he goes, hey, I'm done playing Bert. I said, what? He goes, it's good for you, but I don't want to be playing Bert my whole life. I was like, for real? And he goes, are you being serious? Jimmy Tatro said to me, we were talking about acting, and he goes, so you want to do more of it? And I said, yeah. He's like, what would you want to work with? Who would you want to work with? I go, what do you mean? Who do I want to work with? I just want to do another movie. He's like, what kind of role? I said, me. And so I went to the machine 2. And then he's like, and then I go to machine 3. And he goes, wait, like, what about acting? I go, I don't know about acting. He goes, I don't think you want to be an actor. I think you want to be a movie star. I go, yeah, I don't care about an actor. I don't want to serve the process. I'm not here for the project. I'm here for me. I want to make sure I can get Big Macs whenever I want and throw parties. I'm not an actor. I would love to say that. I think I'm an okay actor.
Right.
I can cheat code it. But like, you'll see if you watch a movie. By the way, I should do a behind the scenes run of all like director's cut,
right?
Because in 80% of the scenes, you'll see me look at my mark before I hit it. I swear to God, they're like, "Hey, stop looking down," because I'll be like, "Hold on, Dad, are you on drugs?" I'm bad. I'm a bad actor. I made all the fight scenes. If you watch the fight scenes again, you hear me make the noise. I swear to God. And they're like, can you not make the noise? And I go, no, but that's how we practice. Because you're doing slow motion and you go, gosh. And then Arnold Schwarzenegger goes, I know. You do the gun rehearsal and you go pop, pop, pop. And then I'm on the movie going pop, pop, pop. I'm not. I don't think I'm playing like a gay politician anytime soon. I think I can play Bert, a fatter version of Bert. I told someone, I go, I'm gaining weight for a movie at the premiere, and they go, what movie? I go, this one. I want to watch it and think I look skinny. I'm putting on weight so I can watch this and enjoy it and go, I look good. I do look good in that movie. I'm more jacked now. I look better now. Like as a masculine. I'm more believable as a leading hero. Like my shoulders. I served yesterday at Forest Hills. All right, what are the questions you have?
A couple of things I learned about you very recently. I had no idea you were a big Beverly Hills 90210 guy.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Which one did you dress up like?
Come on.
Brandon?
Bro. Dylan. Dude, who wanted to be Brandon? Who? Oh, hold on. This is a great point. Can I tell you one of the coolest things in the world? Dylan, the real guy, Luke Perry,
right,
lived down the street from us.
Are you serious?
I swear. Secret time?
Yeah.
This is a good story. This is a really good story. So Leanne wants to live in the Valley. I do not want to live in the Valley. That's where losers live. That's where losers live. All the people that are in front of the camera are in Hollywood. All the people behind the camera are in the Valley. That's where my brain works. I'm not ready to give up on my career. I want to live in Hollywood.
Right.
So Leanne buys a house in the Valley. I have no say in it. She buys our first house in the Valley, an amazing investment. I'll give you the address. 4825 Agnes Avenue. That was our first house.
Right.
Bought it for $520,000. It's worth 1.5 now.
Oh, go Leanne.
Because she is the smartest redneck. She's the kind of redneck that goes, no. If we're going to let them dogs fight, we charge people. Hell yeah. So that was our first house, right?
Right.
Still on it. Someone rents it, but she's a smart person. Oh. So we get that house, and then she takes me to this big fair that the school has, and she goes, these are our friends. We're going to make friends. This is our school. Our girls are going to school here, and I'm miserable. And they're serving alcohol, and I'm miserable at this big world fair. And then she knows me so well. She goes, don't like this school? I said, I don't know. I don't see anyone I'd hang out with. She goes, look on stage. I look on stage, and Luke Perry's playing guitar with like a bunch of celebrities. But all I see is Luke Perry. She goes, his kids go here? And I go, Dylan's kids go here? She goes, is it good enough for Bert Kreischer? Is it good enough for Dylan? I went, I think I like the school. He lived down the street from us. And we would see him all the time. All the time. He's such a gangster. He was such a gangster. He's passed, but it broke my heart. We cried when he died because we didn't know him, but we had Priscilla who passed also. They died for different reasons, but we killed Priscilla. We didn't kill him.
Jesus Christ.
This is getting dark. But Priscilla was a bull mastiff, 150-pound bull mastiff, and he would always stop if we were ever walking Priscilla, and he'd always talk to Leanne. And Leanne would just, Leanne knew him. I barely knew him. He was a regular dude. Drove like a Toyota Tacoma.
Right.
Like a regular dude. Regular, always dressed regular, still good looking. awesome man. I miss that guy. And I didn't really know him, but like he was the best. Yeah, I was a big 90210 fan. I used to put mascara on my sideburns to fill them in.
Yes.
Because I had stop and goes. So I used to fill in my, because he was badass. That was probably the gayest thing I've ever done, is get into 90210.
No, not at all.
Well, no, because
Not
when
at
I
all.
did it,
That was for everybody.
I went to school at Florida State. We had to keep that in the closet. We couldn't tell people we were watching that. Me and my buddy Jeff Hartley would watch 90210 and be like, how do my sideburns look? Okay, cool. Mine look good too. Dude, that was a great.
So that's after you went through your like Speedo and knee-high moccasins.
Oh, okay. if we're trying to highlight my gay moments of life, yeah, that's definitely after that. That's a solid 7 years after that. Speedo and knee-high moccasins was a look. I collected figurine horses and precious gems. And I wore Speedo. My dad's like, get him knee pads. I can't imagine being my dad. My dad, and this is like when like you couldn't have gay sons. My dad was just like, cool, we'll figure it out. Let's hope this works out. I've got his back. He was progressive when you weren't supposed to be progressive. God.
All right, last two things. And then you'll stay for dirt. That'll be fun.
Yes, of course.
But last two things. I want to pitch you on something. Like I know that you're busy. You've got you're on tour. Then you got to go film that movie with Segura in January
In Australia.
No, you know what I want to do? I mentioned this after. I want to bore you with the whole backstory. I want you, me, and then somebody else.
Yeah.
I want us to go do Naked and Afraid.
Oh, I'd do it in a heartbeat.
Wouldn't that be awesome?
I'd do it in a heartbeat.
Yeah, so let's do it.
Oh, please. I only want to do it with dudes, though.
Well, yeah, no kidding. Yeah.
Because I don't know if when it gets cold and you cuddle with the chick, I don't know if I can like stop myself. You know, that's like these people that their diet is I chew the pizza but then I spit it out, and I was like, I keep enough in my mouth to swallow. Yeah, I do it.
Wouldn't that be fun?
I would love it. Where would we do it?
Wherever they send us. I don't know.
But no poisonous snakes.
Well, you don't know what you're going to get.
I know, but let's just go to Hawaii or something. Like somewhere where there's no predators. It's like Germany. Just send us to Germany.
We're at the pool in Hawaii.
Yeah,
I hope we're good.
Germany has no predators. That's why they're so soft. You know that? No predators? Did you boys know that? They have zero predators. Think about this, okay? Zero predators. They grew up with zero predators. I grew up in Florida. Our lightning was so bad we couldn't have giraffes at our zoo. They tried. First thunderstorm, they all died. Lightning strikes. Yeah, how hard it would be to be a giraffe in a thunderstorm and just be like, oh, it's just me?
All right, the last thing. I need you to answer a question honestly.
Okay.
Because I feel like you ducked it the last time I asked you.
Okay. I'm nervous.
I'm going to ask you in a different way, though.
Okay.
The writer's strike in Hollywood?
Yeah.
Did that interfere with you hosting Saturday Night Live?
Nope. Can't believe I dodged this last time. And nope. A little thing called Lorne Michaels has been the hiccup, and he's never heard of me, and that's why I haven't got an invite. No. No, I'm not famous enough to host Saturday Night Live.
No, but it would have been the lead up to the movie.
No.
Yes.
No, it would have never happened.
Oh, damn it.
No, and by the way, I don't know if I'd do it.
That's what you said the last time.
Yeah, because it's so much pressure for like.
For
I mean,
what?
I look for like.
You stand on stage every night of your life.
But this is Saturday Night Live.
Okay, I
Like,
understand
leave that to the Chappelles.
You just did a movie.
Yeah, but leave that to like the people that don't. They're built for that. I'm not built for that.
You're on stage with Big J tonight.
No, I'm built for this. It's a little different. Here's the deal. I remember when Bert did it, and I was so excited. I was so excited when Bert did it because I was like, because he was at the time we were doing a podcast together. He's super accessible.
Sure.
And he's like one of the bros, and to watch him do it was like, whoa, that's like one of us. And I don't mean Chappelle's. I mean Chappelle's just so big.
Yeah, no.
And
But
Bill's like what you see
he's
in
one
the
of your
club.
guys,
Yeah.
sure.
I remember being so excited when he did it, and I remember thinking to myself, would I do it? Because the pressure had to be crazy, and I think I asked Bill, and he was like, "That's not that bad," because Bill's one of the best too.
Sure.
But I don't I don't know if I would want to deal with the pressure. You know, it's like, it's a lot of pressure.
You'd be fine.
Yeah. I can only imagine I'd walk out and take my shirt off, and then half the audience would be like, what is this? And I was like, oh, this is my thing. I do it shirtless. They're like, yeah, but you're not attractive. I go, oh, I know that. It's part of the gig. I would, and then I am afraid, like, it's hard for me not to curse.
Right.
I wouldn't want to curse and then get banned.
Oh, yeah.
You know?
Okay. All right.
There's a list of things I want to do. I want to work with Jonah Hill. I really do.
Right.
I hear he's like the best.
Well, you can get that done.
I'm not good with celebrities.
No.
Okay. You ready?
You seem like you were great with Mark Hamill.
Ready? You be Jonah Hill. I'm going to be Bert Kreischer. I swear to God, this is how our first conversation would go.
Oh, hey, Bert. Jonah, nice to meet you.
Hey, one time you were on Agnes, and you went into a house just up by Houston. Why were you going into that house? That's all I want to ask him. It's the only reason I want to work with him. I saw him walk into a house on my street one time, and I goes, Jonah Hill, what's he doing going to this? Is that his parents? Is his therapist? Oh, if that's his I hope it's his therapist. He did that great job. It's his therapist.
Is the person whose house it is a therapist?
Oh, I shouldn't have said that. I think I just outed where his therapist lives. I bet that's why he was going there, because he did this great documentary with this therapist.
Right.
And I wonder, I saw him going to this house a couple times, and I was like, what's he doing on my street? And Jonah Hill's like pretty private dude. I'm glad I just told everyone where his therapist lives.
I think I got the exact address a couple houses down.
Well, yeah, you got it. Right by the Jack in the Box. And I was like, that's all I'd ask him. Why were you going into that house that one time? And they'd be like, huh? I'd be like, you know what I'm talking about. And then I'd make it awkward. I want to work with Jonah Hill really bad. I just want to he's really funny.
Right.
He's really funny.
Oh, he's great.
Yeah. He's great. I would want to work with him, but that's how it is. I'm not good at celebrity interactions. I'm just not. I said, you know what I said to Rob Lowe?
No, what did you say to Rob Lowe?
I said, your face is perfect.
Well, that's a nice compliment.
So pretty.
Yes.
And he's like, yeah, thank you. And I was like, oh, I'm not done. And then I made him take pictures with my wife. I made Rob Lowe.
So you were that guy again.
Oh, I walked Rob Lowe around our production office as if I was trying to sell him to somebody. I was like, hey, take a look, touch it. It's real. Touch it. Pull your necklace out of your shirt. Do it like that. It looks good. I was like, hey, man, we should exchange numbers. And he was like, cool, have someone reach out. I was like, huh? I was like, do you want to play golf? And he goes, I play with a regular group of guys. He's like, I thought you were the other guy. I go, what? He goes, I thought you were the other guy. I go, you thought I was Tom? He's like, it's good seeing you. And I was like, I love you. Yeah, I am so bad with celebrities. I am so bad. I hung out with Kevin Smith, the most regular celebrity you'll ever meet, and I offered to buy his house. Like, I just do not work. I'm not good. I don't belong in Hollywood. I belong doing radio with you guys. This is where I'm comfortable. This is where I can be myself. I know I'm getting phone calls today. I know I will. Why would you tell everyone where Jonah Hill's therapist lives? Why did you talk about the cotton pick a minute? We're not supposed to talk about that. I'm just not good at this. It's 10 a.m. and I'm drunk.
Well, it's actually almost 11, but that's okay.
Oh, that's not that bad. I got a crab feast at 1.
Oh, dude.
Yeah, we're doing a big crab feast at the venue.
Ask Diane to go.
Do you want to go? Do you not like crabs? Oh, you got crabs in college and now you're turned off from them? Last night, I walk into a conversation where Tiffany Haddish is talking to my daughter Isla, who's 16, and she says, no, this is all I hear. No, you need to keep your pubic hair. And I'm like, what? I go, wait. I go, Leanne, are you monitoring this conversation? She goes, what are they talking about? And Tiffany goes, this is how we stop STDs. And I'm like, hold on. It's not just pubic hair. Hold on. I need to be a part of this. I'm her father. I swear to God. Isla walked away with her jaw open and she goes, Tiffany has a lot of information. You need to keep your pubic hair. I go, what are you talking about? Oh, this tour is awesome.
The fully loaded comedy tour. Tiffany Haddish, Dave Attell, Big J. Okerson, Dan Soder, Rich Voss, Tammy Pescatelli, Bert Kreischer. Tonight, CFG Bank Arena, and all the information you need and tickets. Go ahead and open that up, Bert.
There's tickets available. Go to fullyloadedfestival.com.
Excellent.
Come out tonight. I'm telling you, We open up when these arenas. You can, if you're thinking, what am I going to do? Why would I go out tonight? It's a Thursday night. Call your chick right now. Go online, get the tickets. I think you get like, I'm not even joking. I think you get a $25 ticket for the little higher.
Right, that's okay.
The sound system's amazing. They just renovated the place. Go in and have yourself an evening. It's so fun. I did it with Leanne. We saw Dwight Yoakam. At the last minute, it was 4:00 in the afternoon, and I said, "Can we get tickets to see Dwight Yoakam?" She was like, "I don't know." So now I'm different because I called the Greek and I said, "Hey, can you have a spot for me?" And they said, "We got you." But this is the fun part.
Right.
Is that last minute purchase where you call your chick and you go, "Hey, tonight we're going to see Fully Loaded." And she's like, "Huh?" And you go, "Don't worry. If we show up a little late, it's fine. The show goes until like 10:30, 11. Let's just go in. It's where we're going to have dinner tonight. I'm going to pick you up from work. We'll get an Uber from there. We're going to then go in." And Leanne and I did it. We went to see Dwight Yoakam. We said, we'll be a little late. We might miss the opener. We didn't. It was Emmylou Harris. It was awesome.
Oh, good for you.
It was awesome. And we rolled in. Now, it was the coolest night because you're two grown-ups on the interstate driving in to go see a show like grown-ups do, right? Like you saw in the movies, like Steve Martin would do with his wife in a movie.
Right.
And you're just like, how cool is this? That's what you do tonight. Call your chick right now.
You're driving all the way from the valley to go do that.
Oh, dude. We rolled up. Now, I'll just tell you about my night. Hopefully, I'll inspire your night. Is that at like 4:30, Dwight Yoakam's playing at 7. And I see that there's tickets. I go, and Leanne loves Dwight Yoakam. So real quick, I call the Greek. I go, "Hey, it's Bert. I played there." And they're like, "We know who you are." I go, "Listen, Dwight Yoakam's there tonight. I would love to bring my wife. Is there any way you just get us 2 tickets? Nosebleeds is fine." And they're like, No, we got you. So I said, "Cool." I said, "Parking." And they go, "Your name." We just pull up and say your name. And I was like, "Okay." In my head, I'm like, that doesn't work. I tell Leanne, the coolest look is that like spontaneity. One of the cool things about me and Leanne is we started dating each other again.
Right.
We started like dating, like physically dating. And it's why we're having.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Are you flipping out about being an empty nester?
Hardcore.
Right?
Hardcore. And we're having sex like she's trying to give me AIDS. Like, it's a lot. It's a lot. And so, but these little moments bring back the spark in your relationship. So we get in the car. I make myself a road cocktail. She drives. We're on the 101. And she says to me, "How cool is this? That this is our life, that we get to go to a show." I go, "Baby, there's 5,000 people getting to do this tonight. Like, we're just one of those 5,000.
Right.
Pull up to the Greek. I text them. I'm like, "Yo, do I need like a parking pass or something?" And they're like, "Just say your name." And I was like, "That's not how this works usually." Like, usually you get some. And I pull up and the guy goes, "Hey, Mr. Kreischer, Mrs. Kreischer, you guys park wherever you want." And I was like, "Huh?" Now, this is my experience, but here's the beauty. Get yourself some parking passes tonight. Get good parking passes. Okay? We roll into the Greek. We pull up. We get out. We walk up to everything. We go to the VIP little area, have a cocktail before the show. Leanne's like, "What do you want for dinner?" I go, "I don't know. I'm trying to eat light." She goes, "I'm going to get a pulled pork sandwich." I'm like, "What is wrong with you? Who eats a pulled pork sandwich?" We get great seats. And by the way, this is the beauty, is that you don't have to think that your ticket price has to be the full evening. You can just go enjoy a little of it,
right,
and leave. That's the beauty of this, is that we ended up coming a little late, caught the tail end of Emmylou Harris, saw Dwight Yoakam. He plays his closer, and we go, let's get out before the thing. It's the most beautiful night. We had dinner there. We had drinks there. I think we were in bed by 10.
Oh, wow.
And we were and we were like, "Oh, we need to do that more." It's such a fun thing. That spontaneity of relationships, why you guys fell in love. It's the first kiss energy, but do it tonight. Text her now. "Yo, let's go to the new arena. They just rebuilt it. Let's check it out. There's shows are coming in all the time. There's a great one. I got $25 tickets. They're a little high up, but we're going to have dinner at the arena. We're going to have a few cocktails. We can an Uber, drop us off, Uber pick us up. We'll see if you can get a sitter." That's the funnest part of life. I watched people do it last night at Forest Hills, and it was so cool. I get jealous of people that get to go to shows.
Right.
Because I don't get to go to shows a lot. That's why we're going to see Goose in Chicago. I don't get to go to shows, and I love it. I love the live venue energy. It's so fun to share laughs with strangers.
Yeah, no, that's awesome. Good for you.
And if you can't do it tonight, I'll be here in DC in
December. Yeah. If you can't make it tonight, don't worry. Another opportunity in December.
And if you're thinking, "I want to stay in and watch a movie," the machine should be streaming on Netflix pretty soon.